Hi everyone. So today we're making meatloaf my way. So I have here a pound and a half of beef, veal, and pork. And I make it kind of like, I call it more of an Italian style. I mean, there's so many ways meatloaf is made. So many. I make mine like I make my meatloaves, my meatballs. I'm Italian. I think I mentioned that 100 million times. So I make my meatloaf like I make my meatballs. So I add salt. And then I was just introduced to this Dano's seasoning. So I'm going to add that. I do add spices like to my meatballs. And then this is butter garlic. And this is also, I forgot where I got this from. And it's a butter garlic. Why not, right? Then I add some grated cheese. I did wash my hands. A handful. And then I add 2 eggs. As some people call it, which I think is hilarious, liquid chicken. I love that phrase, liquid chicken. And then you just start mixing it up and make sure you get the eggs in there really good. I will at some point use my hands. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, just the way I do it. Hands are clean. What can I say? Meatloaf my way. All right, so now what I'm going to add in is about 2 handfuls, excuse me, 2 handfuls of breadcrumbs. Oven is up to temp, 375 degrees. Okay, start mixing in some of the breadcrumb. I do 2 handfuls. It's by eye. I don't like my meatloaf to be too dry, so I leave it like a little on the wet side. So I'm going in with my hands, okay? And you just like mix everything around really good with your hands. Just get those breadcrumbs in there. Make sure the egg is dispersed nicely. I've made meatloaf many different ways. One of the ways I make it is basically like this, but I put a barbecue sauce on top halfway through when it's done. I just slather on some barbecue sauce. Not sure what I'm going to do this time. I don't know if I'm just going to make a plain meatloaf. All right, so everything's pretty much incorporated. What I like to add is a little bit of tomato sauce. I don't know, there's a half a cup in here. It just keeps it nice and moist, I think. And it gives a flavor. I mean, tomato sauce gives a lot of things flavor. What I'm going to do is mix this. If it's too wet, I'm going to add a little bit more breadcrumbs. Yeah, so I'm probably going to add a little bit. You can see how like it's kind of a little wet, but that's okay. I'm actually going to get a spoon for this because my hands are dirty. Ta-da! I'm back. All right, so just a couple of little spoonfuls, maybe 3. Everything is by eye with certain foods, with my meatballs, with my meatloaf. It's a texture thing with me. You know, if it's too dry and it bakes, it's going to just be crumbly. If it's nice and moist going in the oven, it should stay nice and moist. All right, so that's basically what I did. Some salt. I honestly, I know people are going to be grossed out. I taste it. It's like tartar, right? It's good seasoning. All right, so I have I'm going to cook it, and I normally cook it like just in a baking pan. I'm going to use a bread loaf pan. So what I've done is I used Pam and sprayed both of my tins. Look, I have a baby one. So I like my meatloaf to be in the shape of when it comes out. When I cut it, it could like fit in a sandwich like bread. Like the shape of bread. That makes sense? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mold it and just do the baby one first. I think it would be so cute to have a little baby meatloaf in there. Okay, so I'm just putting it in the pan. I'm going to push it down a little to get the shape of the pan. And it expands. Meatloaf does expand a little bit. So, like so. Then I'm going to put the rest, you can see, in this big pan. Same thing. Just going to spread it out so it takes the shape of the pan. And there you go. So it's a bread loaf pan. I'm going to try my meatloaf in it. Never done it in a bread loaf pan before, but what the heck, why not? And the little baby one. So like I said, this is 1.5 pounds of meat. It's a beef, veal, and pork. I'm going to put it in the oven. I have it on 375 degrees, and I'm going to bake it. I'm going to probably say 20-25 minutes. I will be back to show you the results of my meatloaf my way. And I will do a little taste test too. See you in a few. So meatloafs are done. Here they are. Baby one and mama one. Just came out of the oven. So they cooked at 375 for 25 minutes. So I'm sure you can still see the steam. But I'm going to try them. I'm going to try the baby one. A little piece. Grab a fork. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at the steam coming out of it. It's still hot, but I'm going to try it. So a lot of meatloafs will come out, like my meatloafs are a light color, okay? A lot of meatloafs come out really dark because a lot of people use just straight beef, which is fine. It's all, you know, personal preference. I like to mix my meats, the veal, the pork, and the beef. I think it's juicier, more tender, flavorful. But when you use all beef, a meatloaf looks darker. So my meatloaf is very light because of the veal and the pork in it. So here we go. Taste testing. Not because it's me. And not because I made it. It's delicious. Oh my God. Look at that bite. Hot. But delicious. So it just has a lot of flavor. If you've never tried a meatloaf with the 3 meats in it, try it. It came out delicious, not because I made it, but try the recipe. And it is simple. I mean, you saw how easy it was. It really was. And like I said, 375. It was 25 minutes. It got a little golden brown on top. And it is absolutely freaking delicious. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Come back again and have an amazing day. Bye.